Serious circumstances. I'm sorry, we're meeting under such serious circumstances. This is a very distressing time for all of us. Peyton's situation has disrupted the entire school.
Hold on, wait a second. Wait, this is not Peyton's fault, okay? She's the victim here.
I do apologize, Mr. Harris. I don't mean to point the finger solely at Peyton. But do you understand how many incidents like this occur at Walnut Grove?
So
these kids aren't making it easier for any of us either by sharing every detail of their lives. They don't realize that this stuff doesn't just go away.
Yeah, but my computer was hacked and those photos were stolen. They were just my private photos.
But did you take the photos?
Oh, yeah.
Did you send them to a boyfriend and forget? Or to Shuttermug as a
Peyton
joke?
doesn't have a boyfriend.
Okay, this is ridiculous.
David, just hold on.
Mr. Harris, I'm simply trying to find out how this happened and what we can do to help Peyton move forward.
Right.
I don't know who did this.
Peyton, you've been an exemplary student. And I believe your side of the story.
I think it's going to be in Peyton's best interest to stay out of school until this blows over. I actually have taught history,
She's
and I
not
know
running away
exactly.
from
One
it. It's
second,
gonna
I
affect
know
her grades.
how
She's got
long
midterms coming up, Al.
I tend to agree with Mr. Harris. I don't believe
Thank
that
you.
running or hiding from your problems is ever the answer.
But how am I supposed to get through my classes? I mean, everybody's going to be laughing at me and making fun of me.
Peyton, I'm truly sorry this is happening to you. And if you ever need any help, my office door is always open. And your teachers and your counselor are here for you too.
Okay, just to comment on this, because I'm watching, this is called Revenge Porn Full Movie or whatever. So this is the issue, and that a big issue that we have in the world. We are sensitive to like people's feelings because there are so many women or teenagers out there that accidentally have their nude or whatever, not even nude photos out there, and they get their computers get hacked. Like, you know, of course in the rich communities they have, you know, bullies, people that really like literally like, you know, bully them for money because that's where the money is. Why would they come to the poor communities for anything unless they're trying to like kill you or take you into their rich house and end up killing you, and for your heart or for your organs. This is all things that go on, right? But the crazy thing about it is that there is this whole big entire case, you know, that's costing so many people so much money, right? Which, of course, the person's life is serious, because if the teenager doesn't feel comfortable going to school, if the teenager doesn't feel happy, you know, because people are being bullied, because kids are bullying her for literally, she's not even naked. She was literally wearing an underwear, right? A little bit topless, but covering her boobs with her hands. Like, now we live in a world where it's the thing, like having nude pictures on the internet is not the most like the worst thing that could happen in the world. There are people out there starving, people out there really dying, fighting real battles, and these people are crying over a nude picture on the internet. Like, this definitely has to change, because this is as serious as people's lives. All the money and the finances and the time that's being wasted on the wrong cases. It's like, what about the people, the school, like, a lot of times the crazy thing is that it's not that these people's voices don't matter, because the people that make it hard are like the school teachers, the headmasters, they, like, the minute you see, like, in the rich community, the minute they see like a picture like this on the internet, they automatically use that against these students to make them literally feel like they won't graduate, they won't go to I wouldn't say Ivy League or Harvard or something like that. They like threaten their careers because of these, like, it's the saddest thing. So I feel like people that go to these schools, people that, and it's probably already done, like, and if it's not, because there's a reason why the universe is bringing this to my attention, right? Because it's something that really needs to be talked about. Like, these schools definitely need to understand and always investigate, and not, like, they need to understand that a lot of students, like, if they're not confident. There's times where they will do certain things to definitely try to change their bodies, and when they literally go get surgery, they risk their lives. They do everything because of lack of confidence, because of what the world, there's not much we can do to make the world a better place except for send out a message, and each individual just mind their business and not bully someone over something so stupid, so small. That's the best we can do. All I can do is stand up with my voice and tell you guys, this is the stupidest. To me, it's not stupid, but it's so irrelevant, because I come from a lifestyle where people are actually going through real struggles in life. And somebody is literally crying over a nude picture on literally the internet. That's not like a big issue. And the teenager is 18 years old. Like, you know, these are real problems in life. Like, we have to stop fighting, like, you know, wasting time on cases like this. But of course, we're sensitive to the person, but still. So what I love about this movie is that, let's listen a little more.
Thank you.
Okay, well then how do we take the sleazeball down? And have you even seen this website?
Yes, Mrs. Harris, I'm very familiar with it, and Carl Cook, we've been after him for quite some time.
They are calling it revenge porn. It can't even be legal. They have clearly violated my daughter's privacy.
Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get Cook on anything he's posted to his website. It's basically social networking. Twisted, yes, but hard to prove illegal.
My daughter's privacy has been violated.
There is no online privacy anymore. Look, I hate to sound harsh, but do you have any idea how many anonymous photo-sending apps exist? And people need to realize that if they're going to send those photos, they now become public property. It's very hard for us to prove that a crime has been committed.
My daughter's photos were stolen. I can't believe you're honestly telling me there is nothing you can do for me.
Look, if this would have happened a year ago when your daughter was a minor, then you would have had every resource, every cop, every cyber forensics team come out of the woodwork to nail the pedophile. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the law.
So you're just telling us we have to let him keep doing what he's doing and get on with it?
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is what you're saying.
Listen to me, you have to understand that cybercrimes cases alone hit 20,000 last year. We're overwhelmed and the bad guys know it.
Thank you for your help, Agent Keller. We're just extremely frustrated.
I know, and I understand that, and I appreciate you both finding the report, okay? At least we now have a case number that we can follow up on.
If you're the kind of person that's been in a situation like this, or that's in a situation like this, try to understand, keep this in mind. Like, if you're ever like worried about what because they're not worried it's not always about just the pictures being online. It's about the reputation that's being held and the way they represent themselves to their peers, other people, other bosses. They might, especially when parents want to help you get hired by certain people, they know how certain people think and they don't want you to be perceived as this certain person. That definitely has to change, and I don't know how it's going to change, but I know by talking about it, the change is already happening right now. Don't allow something such as a stupid little photo. It's just a picture. It's just a picture. Be happy that your child is still alive. Just protect this. This teaches you to protect your child even more, and your child to learn how to protect themselves. If you don't want pictures to go to circle around people to bully you, because they know how to bully, like a lot of rich kids, because they put them in schools. They want them to be educated. They want them to live a great life. They want them to be to make better decisions in life. And so children make mistakes. Children want to better themselves. Children want to take there's nothing wrong with taking a picture of yourself, because why wouldn't you want to see your beautiful body? First of all, I know me myself, pictures are a great memory. People die every day and wish they had memories of themselves, wish they had pictures of themselves out there. And the internet is the best way to save a lot of your memories, because people lose memory cards, all sorts of things. Whenever you stop paying for your Apple Care, you lose all your memories. The internet saves memories the best. It's just a matter of you not caring too much about a reputation. As long as you're not a murderer, you're not a killer, you're not a rapist, you're not as long as you're not any of that, just keep in mind that you're on the right track at least. And if that's you, trust me, like, People are worried about the wrong things, and it's keeping them from moving forward. Students literally kill themselves because of things like this. This is ridiculous. This definitely has to change, but
We're going to check your computers for malware. In the meantime, please don't use the internet. And trust me, Peyton, I want to take down this scumbag Cook as bad as you do. And somewhere along the line, he will mess up, and we will nail him.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else was on the mass email?
When I started next to my ex, when me and a couple of buddies were hanging out getting trashed because I'd just been dumped. And this bitch had burned me bad, and I wanted revenge. You know, we had this demand we were working on, but it wasn't going anywhere. We just thought it would be funny to throw a couple nude pics of my ex-bitch up on this site. And then I had this massively clever idea of attaching it to her Facebook and Twitter pages. And that opened up phone, email, everything. Everything. Click one button. Those pics are sent off, and she was screwed. My coding was so genius. And then from there, it just kind of blew up. The rest is history.
What a disgusting example of a human being.
and they literally have real people like this out there in the world that think that start getting psychotic because they fell in love with a girl that broke up with them and they couldn't be together and all these stupid little things. And you're like, you know what, you guys have to be careful who you date. Make sure that everybody that you're dating is mentally evaluated enough. And a lot of times you can't choose who you love. Like, a lot of people fall in love with some of the craziest people because they're like, oh, I want to be the healer, I can help them. I was that girl that was like, oh, let me help this guy, let me heal that person, I'll make you feel better, I'll be the doctor, I'll do this, because when you're desperate for love and when you fall in love with someone, you fall into it. You're just like, oh, you don't even know what to do from there. And so it's like people's lives are on the line because of stupid things like this. And you're just like, you have to literally ignore. You have to ignore and rise above it. And the best way is to prepare yourself. Don't waste your time going to clubs and bars and meeting new guys. You're not going to meet your soulmate at a bar. And if you meet them at the bar, you're not going to be ready for them because they're drunkards. Why would you want to live and be with a drunkard if all they choose is alcohol? You want to have and be with someone that is sober. Someone that is sober living is literally the way. And you want to spend your time at home preparing yourself for any battle, stretching, learning taekwondo, learning whatever it is that you have to learn to defend yourself. A lot of times it's like there are spirits too that, you can try to run from. And like for me, we're lucky we escaped those spirits. It's not just a mental disorder, hearing voices. There are actual spirits out there watching people. This is what they would call the secret society, aside from whatever secret societies they have here in the United States or in the world. The real secret society, like I said in my video, are the spirits that died and that are watching over people's lives, envious of people's lives, jealous of people's lives, and they get you drunk. And once they get you drunk, they have access to your brain. Your body and brain is like a computer. And once they have access to that, then they can make you and use you to do any stupid thing to get you arrested. That's why they say put the full armor of God on. And it says we don't fight against flesh and blood. They fight against the spirits, the principalities of the spirits. So these are the spirits that you need to fight against. You need the full armor, the sword of the spirit, to beat these demonic spirits that are envious of your life. They're remembering and watching you from a distance and trying to make you want to jump. They bring all these voices and say all these sorts of things, and they go communicate. They use the human body as a toy because they have nothing better to do. Those are the people that need to be eliminated, and make sure that you don't bring them back into this world. And those are things that we're working on. Hold on. And the sad thing is, in the spirits, they know that it can't be proven unless it exists in the flesh, but it will be able to be proven. God is dealing with. That's why God, you don't see God yet, and you don't see a lot of it. That's the reason why your mother and your father died, and people that, because people wonder, why did my mother die? Why did God take him? It's not that God took him. They have a different mission in the spiritual realm that they need to fight to help you survive as a human being. They're fighting with you to rebuke all those spirits that are trying to temper with your body and with your mind. Your body is an important tool on this planet, and evil spirits try to use every weapon, every tool that they have to make you unhappy in your own body, to make you want to jump. You're going to pay the consequences for suicide. Even if you think you're not going to pay the consequences, in the spirit, they're like, what happened? Why did you commit suicide? So don't jump. Don't commit suicide. But, they're preparing the future. They're preparing ways for people to be able. I think it's okay for people to have ways to escape their bodies without having to harm themselves, and if they're not happy to be here, I think it should be okay for them to go, but they need more professionals to help them, because why torture? Why have people be tortured? Like, why live a torturous life with no solution? It's going to cause people to harm themselves more. So how do we protect human beings? By creating something, an injection or something that's going to help them go safely without suffocating them. Just go to sleep. And that's it. And if you want to escape, and I think we should make more medications like this to protect people, so that people don't have to jump. Because the one thing is, you don't want to have to go through that sacrifice. That's why we're trying to give birth to better children that are going to be happy, that we could raise and teach them to be happy, teach them lessons of life that they need to learn, so that they can live a life, an eternal life, and not feel like they want to die. To be a support system, like, it starts with you and your family. But when you start inviting people from other places, you're inviting all sorts of spirits and demons, and they don't want to listen, and they come with all sorts of weird problems that you don't want to deal with. But when you give birth to your own children, then you start dealing with them right from birth. You start raising them, you start comforting them, and you start, if they want to leave, they can leave. Because if they want to be with somebody else, they could be with somebody else. But for me, I always try to tell my children, babe, I'm the only one, I'm the one that you guys have, and I'm not a person that's trying to hurt you in any way. I love my daughter. I felt bad that I had to give up my daughter. I was angry as hell that I wasn't able to take care of my daughter. But now I feel more ready. I feel like God is preparing me to raise better children and to be a better mother, which I was a good mother because being a great parent is knowing what's best for your child and making better decisions, even if it means losing them to other parents. Because a lot of people keep their children in their own household with cigarettes, drinking, and drugs. That is not proper parenting. And then you want to make fun of the foster system? But I come home and then all your children are around drug addicts and abusers and rapists. Take them to the government system. Let them take care of them. But take them out of this, because at least the police is watching over them. At least the government is protecting these children. And there are people that are out there ready to take care of your baby, and raise your child properly. And that's why God did that, so I could be a leading example of what a good parent is. And a lot of people think that by giving up their child, they were a bad parent. It's who you give your child up to, right? And the reasons behind it.
Just tell me. I called the server that hosts the X My Ex website, and I told them your whole situation, and they took down every single one of your pictures. All of your pictures are off of the site. Oh my God, are you serious? Mom, you did it! Thank you so much. One of your pictures, all of your pictures are off of the site. Oh my God, are you serious? Mom, you did it! Thank you so much.
Father's a genius. I'm taking you guys out.
Father's a genius. Your mother's a genius.
Bye.
You don't have to go to school until after third period, okay? Okay. Why don't you take a quick speed walk with me and I'll get your day started? Hey, what? Just go back to the house. Go. Why? What's happening? They're up. The pictures are back up. Just go.
Oh all I could think is like, what is the harm in pictures being up on the internet? What is the big harm? Like, I don't want them up there if you don't want them up there, but it's like a lot of times just think of it as not the worst thing that could happen to you. Like, literally, people are paying so much money and they're being blackmailed because of a stupid picture. Like, a stupid picture, when there are people that are being held hostage in real life. People that are really being held, but these people are literally crying off of a photo, and there are supermodels out there literally taking it off. Crazy. Real police officers are looking for serious crimes. They don't see this as a serious crime. They look at this and they're like, guys, stop wasting our time. We don't have time for this. You know, and then they start paying them, and it's just the craziest thing ever.
You got them too? I'm so sorry. Why would he put the photos back up here?
I'm so sorry. Kate, looks like everybody got them again. Look, are you coming into school today?
I don't know. I can't miss my classes. How am I supposed to make it through the day? I'll talk to you later.
And this is the saddest thing, because that's the battle that they are having. Small problems. This is not a big crime. This is not a big issue. Go to school, march, put your hat on and say screw them. When you allow people to bully you, people to make you feel a certain way because of, and the sad thing is people's lives get threatened because of this. Who cares? Like, if you are a real student, you wouldn't even laugh. You would just be like, whatever, so what? It's a naked picture, delete. Right? And move forward. Students need to just ignore that stuff. That stuff is just to distract you from your own education, distract you from life. Like, who cares? It's just a picture, right? Thank God nowadays they have the Kim Kardashians and those girls that have actually made a living off of naked pictures online. You know, nowadays it becomes like a viral thing. It becomes the thing to be more famous, to stay more relevant. So I hope you guys have learned from this, and I hope you guys understand that you can make it through the day. Okay, you can go to school, throw your hat on and march. It's not the worst thing. There are people that have been through worse and that are probably going through worse as we speak, while you're crying about a picture on the internet, right? A stupid picture. Don't take pictures of yourself if you don't want them to go viral. If you don't want them, there is a chance that they can. If you don't want to be noticed, if you don't want to be seen, and then you want to pretend like, you know, I'm not saying that this girl was pretending, but there are people that actually do pretend like, oh my God, it's a big issue, so they don't make it seem like, you know, they did it on purpose. So there's so much that we could talk about when it comes to this, guys. Let's focus on the most important things in life.